My name is Mackenzie, and today I'll be taking you through a quick 30-minute interval workout. So you won't need any equipment today. Optionally, if you want a mat, you can have that for some of the ab work we're going to be doing, but other than that, no equipment. So I'm going to go ahead and get us started with a little Tabata warm-up. You know I love those. So that is going to be 20 seconds of work followed by 10 seconds of rest for 8 rounds. And we have 2 movements, meaning that we're going to do each movement 4 times. So the first movement is burpees, just a good warm-up. All you have to do is get down on the ground and stand back up again. So whether you want to step down, step up, add a little hop, or if you want to jump down, jump up with a hop, or if maybe your body's not feeling that today, maybe if you just want to step back into the plank position or even onto the knees and then stand back up. You can do a little calf raise at the top. Any combination thereof. Just remember this is a warm-up, so we're not going all out yet. We're just trying to prepare our body for the later movements to come. And for that preparation, we're also going to do our second movement, which is a runner's lunge. So we're going to have one leg out in front of us, the other leg we're trying to keep nice and straight, and we're just trying to open up the hip a little bit so you can get some rotations in during the 20 seconds. You can also rotate the upper body, getting in that spine. If you want to try to bring this forearm, so the same forearm as the leg, down to meet the ground. Just anything that feels good for you today. Just trying to warm up the hips. We'll do one side for one round and then switch to the other for the next round. So again, we're doing a quick little Tabata warm-up. We have burpees and a runner's lunge. So 20 seconds of work, 10 seconds of rest, 4 times for each movement. So let's go ahead and get started with that. Burpees in 3, 2, 1. Actually, turn sideways. Halfway. And rest. Okay, so now we're going to get into that runner's lunge. So remember, we're staying on one side for the entire 20 seconds. And go. Just trying to, throughout the 20 seconds, sink a little bit lower into that hip if you can. Get a few hip circles. Just whatever feels good for you today. 5 seconds left. And rest. So we're going back to those burpees. That was the first round. Maybe this round you can go a little bit faster, but again, this is still our warm-up. And go. And throughout the video today, feel free to go at your own pace, whether that's faster than me, rest. Whether that's faster than me, slower than me, my pace. It's really up to you, whatever's going to give you the best workout for you today. Okay, and runner's lunge. Make sure that we switch sides. So, other leg forward. And rest. Back to burpees for our third round, and go. So the key here, we're just trying to stay moving, prepare our body, and rest. Okay, so we're going back to that first side for those runner's lunges. 5 seconds. And 3, 2, 1. Just hang out here. See if you can go a little bit lower this time around. Maybe switch it up, maybe add in a bit of a rotation here. 3, 2, 1. Rest. Okay, we're on our last round, so So last round of burpees, last round of runner's lunges in 3, 2, 1. Over halfway. And rest. Okay. Now just going back for our last runner's lunge in 5 seconds. See, just like the other side, see if you can try to get a little bit lower the second time around. And go. Hit a few hip circles. Maybe a rotation. Just trying to get our body ready for the movements that we have today. And 3, 2, 1. Okay, that was our warm-up. Feel free to grab some water, stretch anything else you feel like. I'm gonna go through our first block today. We only have 2 today. It's gonna be a short workout, but the key today is short, quick bursts of movement. So for our first round, we actually have a pyramid interval. So what that means is we're gonna work our way up in time and then back down. So it's all 30-minute increments. So the 30-second increments. The first increment will be 10 seconds of work followed by 20 seconds of rest. And we have 3 movements. We'll do each one for those times. And then we'll move up. We'll go 15 and 15. Then 20 and 10, 25 and 5. And then we'll go for 30 seconds. We'll take a 30-second rest, and then we'll start working our way back down. So we have 3 movements for that. The first one is going to be plank walk. So we're going to be down in the plank position, trying to get those shoulders away from the ears, body nice and straight. And we're just going to be walking from side to side for 1 round, and then maybe forward and back. The next round, just trying to keep as straight as a plank position as we can. Modification might just be holding the plank position or on the knees, trying to walk. Even if you're on your knees, you can also switch it to a bear, like on the hands and knees, just crawling back and forth, or switching it up into a bear crawl. Whatever feels good for your body today. Next movement is going to be a hollow hold, so we're going to flip it over, get into that core work a little bit. We have a few modifications here, but the main point is we want to try to be one cohesive unit with our body. So we want to be on the ground, activate the core, legs out in front of us, arms behind our head. And if I were to come around and push down everyone's feet, you would want to rock as one movement. So you don't have to rock, but just think of that. That's how stiff you want to be. Modification for this would be bringing the arms in, bringing one leg in, just making sure you're switching it, or bringing both legs in. You can bring your arms down and just trying to keep those shoulders off of the ground. Then our last movement for this block is going to be high knees. So that is just trying to get the knees up as high as we can and as fast as we can. Modification for that would be just marching in place as fast as you can, or you can still try to add in that hop, but maybe a little bit slower. So again, the key for that, trying to get the knees above our hip crease as high as we can and trying to go as fast as you can, whatever modification you choose. So before we start, I'll just go over that one more time. So we have plank walks, hollow holds, and high knees, and we're doing a pyramid interval. So the first one, 10 seconds of work, 20 seconds of rest. Then we go 15 and 15, 20 and 10, 25 and 5. Then we get to the top, we go for 30 seconds straight, rest for 30 seconds, and then work our way back down. So for this first round, again, 10 seconds of work, followed by 20 seconds of rest. Go through all the movements, then increase our time. So starting with plank walks, we're going for 10 seconds here in 3, 2, 1. So again, the key, we're just doing nice, short bursts of work here. That means we want them to be very intense. And rest. Next, we're moving on to our hollow hold. We have 20 seconds here, so we have tons of rest so we can recover, so we can give it some all-out high-intensity work for this next movement. And 5 seconds. And 3, 2, 1. So again, modification out here, arms down, one leg in or the other. It's up to you. And rest. Then we're standing up for our high knees. So it seems like a lot of rest time, so that means for these next few rounds, you really want to give it your all, give it a lot of intensity, a lot of energy in these movements. And high knees in 3, 2, 1. So as fast as you can, quick feet, quick feet. And rest. So that was our first round. We're gonna rest 20 seconds, and then we're changing our time. Now we're now gonna go 15 seconds on with 15 seconds of rest. So going back to those plank walks in 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. And maybe this time, feel free to switch it up. Maybe if you went side to side, go forward and backwards. 5 seconds left. And rest. Okay, flipping it over for those hollow holds. And in 3, 2, 1. Here we're really trying to squeeze our legs together. Five seconds left. 3, 2, 1. Standing it up for our high knees in 10 seconds. And during any of these rests, feel free to grab some water if you need it. And high knees in 3, 2, 1. So see if you can get those knees a little bit higher, over halfway. And rest. Okay, that was our first round. We have 15 seconds rest, and then we're gonna go to 20 and 10, so our usual Tabata length. And in 5 seconds with those plank walks. 3, 2, 1. So these should be getting a little bit trickier because we're still trying to have super high intensity, but now our rest is getting shorter. And 3, 2, 1. Rest. Then we're gonna flip it over for our hollow holds. In 3, 2, 1. Just remember, these are short times. We only have a short interval workout today, so make sure you really bring some intensity today. 5 seconds left. 3, 2, 1. Okay, now for our high knees. In 3, 2, 1. Over halfway, keep going. A little bit faster. 3, 2, 1. And rest. Okay, so we're gonna start with those plank walks. Going 25 and 5 in 3, 2, 1. Remember, we're still trying to stay as board-like as we can, trying to make one straight line from our head to our feet. Remember, you can also switch it up too if you went side to side. Maybe go front and back. Three, 2, 1. And rest. And we're gonna go straight into those hollow holds. And go. These should be feeling a little bit harder, so feel free if you need to change up your modification a little bit. However you see fit for the last 3 seconds. And rest. Coming up for those high knees in 3, 2, 1. Seconds left. See if you can go a little bit faster. And rest. 5-second rest, then we're going for 30 seconds on, 30 seconds of rest. And plank walks. Rest. Okay, so we have a 30-second rest here, so we can keep up that high intensity that we've been going with so far. Really pushing ourselves here. This is where we're kind of trying to recuperate ourselves so we can come back down again. And hollow holds in 3, 2, 1. We're at the halfway point if you need to switch. Three, 2, 1. Okay, and coming up for our high knees. Try to go the entire 30 seconds. Try to keep your pace, or if anything, even increase your pace as time goes on. More seconds. Grab some water if you need to. And in 3, 2, 1. High knees. Halfway. Keep pushing. See if you can get those knees higher. Last 5 seconds, a little faster. And rest. Okay, now we got 30 seconds of rest, and we're gonna start working our way down, starting with those 25 seconds of work, 5 seconds of rest. In 15 seconds. Feel free to move around a little bit if you need to. Try to get that breath back. And we're going in 5, 3, 2, 1. Seconds left. And 3, 2, 1. Rest. Flip it over for those hollow holds. And go. And switch if you're on switching halfway. Three, 2, 1. Coming up for those high knees. And go. Less than 10. A little bit higher. And rest. Okay, back down to those 20 and 10, and go. Remember, keeping those shoulders away from the ears. And rest. Flipping over for the hollow hold. And as we come down, feel free, if you're not able to maintain the modification you started with, change it up. And go. Halfway. And rest. High knees. We're going in 3, 2, 1. Seconds left. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Now 15 and 15. We're gonna have 2 more rounds left. Really try to push yourself and go. These are short times. You can do anything for 15 seconds and then 10 seconds. And rest. Flipping it over for those hollow holds. And 10 seconds, or sorry, 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. And switch if you're switching halfway. Rest. Coming up for our high knees. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Halfway. 3, 2, 1. Nice work. We now only have a total of 30 seconds of work left. We're almost done with this block. And back down for plank walks in 3, 2, 1. Remember, it's only 10 seconds here. Maybe try to move a little bit faster. Rest. Flipping it over for those hollow holds. And 10 more seconds. And 3, 2, 1. See if you can challenge yourself here. Pick maybe a more difficult modification. 3, 2, 1. Okay. And then standing it up for our last movement of this block. We have 10 seconds of high knees. Try to make this your fastest high knees yet. And 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Really give it all you got here. 5, 3, 2, 1. And rest. Go ahead, grab some water if you need it. I'm going to go through our movements for our next block, because this is our last block for today. So what we have is going to be a double Tabata. So that means we have 8 rounds, we're going to have 16. And we have 4 movements, so that means we're doing each movement 4 times. 20 seconds of work, followed by 10 seconds of rest. So our first movement going to be burpees, just like we did in the warm-up. It doesn't have to be pretty, you just have to get down on the ground, somehow get back up again. We want to try to get full extension at the top, so we don't want to call this up. We want to try to stand all the way up. If you can, hop at the top. If not, maybe just a little calf raise, just to get that full extension. Next movement, we're going to get down for more core. We're going to have leg raises, so we're going to have our upper body on the ground, really trying to push our lower back into the ground here. You can put your hands under your hips to help with that. And we're just going to try to keeping our legs straight, lower them, lifting them back up. Nice, slow, and controlled. Modification, you can bend the knees to a 90-degree angle and just do heel taps. I like to do those especially if I start to feel like my hip flexors are starting to take over. If you feel it more in your hips and your abs, then I like to bend the knees and really try to focus on engaging the core a little bit more. Next movement is going to be air squats. So we're gonna have our feet about underneath our shoulders, so about shoulder width apart. We're gonna try to keep the chest nice and tall, back nice and straight. We're gonna send the hips back and the knees out, coming down to 90 degrees or lower, and then squeezing the glutes to come back up. So from the side, we want to send the hips back, knees out, come down, squeeze the glutes to stand back up. Modification for that, maybe if you don't have that full range, maybe you're just coming down to a nice quarter squat, really focusing on using those quad muscles to lower down, control you, come back up. If you want to take this up a notch, feel free, you can change these to squat jumps. So the start of the movement is the same. We're going to send the hips back, knees out, but we're going to explode from the bottom and land in the jump that'll take us into our next one. So coming down, exploding up, landing, and cycling through that. And then our last movement, going to be push-ups. So you can be on the feet, keep the elbows in and up, or you can bring the hands a little bit wider to get a little bit more into the chest and come up. You can go to the knees, come up. You can even mix it up, maybe go down on the feet, up on the knees. If you feel like you're a little bit in between the knees and the feet, that's a good way to work on building that strength to get the full push-ups or from the feet push-ups. So just to go over that again, we have 4 movements. We're gonna do 20 seconds of work followed by 10 seconds of rest, and we're doing each movement 4 times. So we're gonna start with these burpees. We only have 8 more minutes and then we're done for the day. So starting with burpees in 3, 2, 1. So here, feel free, try to go a little bit faster than you did in the warm-up. And rest. But again, it doesn't have to be my pace. Find the pace that works for you today, that you can maintain for the entire 20 seconds. And down for leg raises, and go. And here, we're not looking so much at quantity, we're looking at quality. So nice, slow, controlled movements. And rest. Coming up for those air squats or jump squats, whatever you want to do today, and go. You can even do a little bit of a combination, so you can do maybe 3, then add a jump. Three, 2, 1, and rest. And then coming back down again for those push-ups. And go. Halfway. And rest. back up again. We're going in with those burpees, starting round 2. Use this first round as a gauge. Say, can I go faster? Or maybe I need to slow down a little bit. And go. We want to find a pace that's nice and sustainable, but that is still maybe a little bit harder than we want to work. And rest. Coming down for leg raises. 3, 2, 1. If you ever feel like your lower back is coming off the ground, either bend the knees or don't come down as far. 3 seconds left. Rest. Okay. Now for those squats, and go. Five seconds left. And rest. And then coming down for our push-ups in 3, 2, 1. Ten seconds left. And 3, 2, 1. Rest. Okay, 2 rounds down, 2 more to go. That means only 4 minutes left of work, and then we're done for today. Okay, and burpees, go. Over halfway, keep pushing. And rest. Okay, coming down for leg raises. In 3, 2, 1. So, good news, we'll only have to do burpees 1 more time today, then we're done. 10 seconds left. 3, 2, 1. And coming up for those squats. In 3, 2, 1. Five seconds left. And rest. Okay, coming down for push-ups. 5 seconds. And 3, 2, 1. Over halfway. 3, 2, 1. Rest. Standing up for our last round. Try to make this your most intense round yet, because after this we're done. And burpees, go. See if you can maybe go a little bit quicker. Over halfway. And rest. Flip it over. Leg raises. In 3, 2, 1. Really focus on getting the breath back here. Being nice, slow, and controlled. Five seconds left. And rest. up for our squats. Maybe try to add in a few more squat jumps if you haven't, or see if you can do squat jumps the whole time. And go. Just try to make this your most intense round yet. Over halfway. 3, 2, 1. Rest and down for our push-ups. Last 20 seconds for our workout today. In 3, 2, 1. Maybe try to add a few more of the more difficult modifications, or just try to go a little bit faster. 5 seconds left. And rest. Okay, make sure, get a nice stretch in. You guys did so well today. Thank you for joining me. My name is Mackenzie, and we just did a quick 30-minute interval workout. I'll see you next Wednesday.